Hello, this is Kate from dailytarotgirl.com, and this is your weekly tarot card reading. And today I am using the Druidcraft Tarot. So I'm just going to start by drawing 3 cards, and I want this reading to just give us a bit of insight into what kind of themes we can expect for this upcoming week. Okay. Okay, wonderful. So I'll start with the first card, which represents Monday and Tuesday of the upcoming week. Okay, so we've got 7 of Swords. So we're starting off the week with 7 of Swords, and I get a couple of first impressions from this card. The one, which is the most obvious, which kind of jumps out at me, is if you're having a hard time figuring something out, start by writing it down. So I say this because the figure in the card, he's holding his head and he just looks kind of tired and frustrated, and he's writing. So write your issues down, especially if there's something that you're kind of going over and over and over again in your mind. Get it out on paper, because once you write something on paper, it's going to stop circulating in your brain. Even if the process of writing doesn't necessarily help you figure it out, it's going to help you get it out of your head. So it's kind of the first step. So you know, put pen to paper. I think I even said that last week, but in a slightly different context. So this week is still about writing things down. So whether that's making a to-do list, so you're not always thinking about what you need to do, or whether it means you're just sort of journaling about what's going on for you right now. The other impression that I get from this card, I'm gonna come back to this card. I get a sense of, well, I get a sense of conflict. Like there's 2 conflicting, not emotions, but it's a mental conflict. So it's 2 conflicting thoughts. So I think many of us are going to feel somewhat conflicted at the beginning of this week. So we might have a bit of difficulty making decisions. And truth be told, I think we're really overthinking things. So just notice this week if you're overthinking things and taking something small and making a big deal out of it, just sort of as a method of distracting yourself from what's really important. I think so many of us are really good at doing this. So we'll be sort of progressing along, you know, on our spiritual path and moving forward, and then for some reason we'll take something that shouldn't really be a big deal, but we'll kind of make a mountain out of a molehill. And a lot of times we have this sort of almost like a subconscious fear of progressing and evolving, and sometimes that shows up as, you know, grasping at things to sort of distract ourselves and to, you know, allow our energy to get wrapped up in silly things. So another way this might look is if you are telling yourself stories in your head, having kind of conversations with people in your head, or, you know, that kind of a thing. That's one way that we sort of distract ourselves. So just be aware of that this week. And then moving on into the middle of the week, we've got 3 of Swords. Wow, another Swords card. So 3 of Swords, it's interesting because the whole suit of Swords is a very, well, the suit of Swords represents the mind and thoughts and rationalizations and you know, mental kind of decisions and thinking. But the 3 of Swords actually kind of brings emotion into it a little bit. The 3 of Swords, it traditionally kind of means heartbreak and feeling betrayed, especially when it comes to, you know, romantic relationships and matters of the heart. In this case, I feel like something's going to happen midweek for us. I feel like this is an internal thing rather than an external thing. then again, if you believe that, you know, your external reality is a reflection of your internal reality, then they're sort of one and the same. But something's going to happen that's going to sort of shake us a little bit and help us see things much more clearly than we've been seeing in the past. So at the beginning of the week, I think we're sort of wanting to distract ourselves a little bit and kind of engage our minds. Whereas as we progress through the week, we're going to have more clarity on an issue. And sometimes that clarity can be uncomfortable at the time. And I feel like a lot of us are going to be leaving behind sort of notions and beliefs that we may have held dear up until now. And then we start to sort of question those beliefs and look at things in a new way. So this is about sort of letting go of that, sort of that veil of comfort. So if you haven't been looking at things clearly simply because it's more comfortable not to, you're going to find that this week you no longer have that urge. You feel a sense of renewed energy and bravery when it comes to looking at things head on and seeing things clearly. So this is about letting that veil come down. And in a lot of ways, it's kind of about like growing up, really, and looking at a situation with open eyes. And you know what? I'm drawn to the 3 symbols. I feel like these 2 represent eyes, and then the third is like kind of like the third eye, or sort of your intuitive sight. Okay, so moving on to the end of the week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Thank God we've got a card that has a really nice light, fun, positive energy. So we've got the Fool, and you're definitely going to feel a real sense of lightening up by the end of the week. So if the week feels kind of heavy and challenging, by the end of the week things are going to lighten up considerably. The Fool is a major arcana card. It's actually the first card in the major arcana, and it's very significant, and it only comes up when we're ready to start on a new journey, and when we're ready to really free ourselves of the past, free ourselves of any kind of limiting beliefs. The Fool is a very youthful, optimistic character, so I think a lot of us are going to be embracing that in our lives. And if you'll notice, the Fool doesn't have a lot of baggage. He's got, like, you know, very few possessions, and that is the key to moving forward with things. That's the key to feeling that sense of lightness and that childlike joy, and any kind of adventure that you're starting on. This is the key, is travel light. So you don't want a whole bunch of baggage. So and I kind of feel like the week leading up to that is all about getting rid of baggage in a lot of ways. So with the 3 of Swords, you know, we look at things clearly, and when we look at things clearly, we understand what's important to us, what we want to keep, and what needs to go. So I feel like this week is kind of a lead up to that, you know, getting rid of baggage so that we can really embrace this aspect of ourselves, the Fool. So really nice week, especially the weekend. I'm looking forward to that. So it's a good time this weekend to start new projects, and to sort of embark, especially on, like, you know, a spiritual adventure. If you're a spiritual seeker, this card is a wonderful omen for you. And it's just a wonderful time to, like I said, start on new projects, maybe even make plans to travel. But if you're starting something new, this is a really wonderful confirmation when the Fool shows up. Okay, so that has been your weekly tarot card reading, and feel free to, in the comment section below, feel free to add any insights you may have gotten while you've been, you know, looking at these cards while I've been talking. Feel free to share your own interpretation. And my name is Kate. I'm from dailytarotgirl.com, and thank you so much for watching.